one more quick video before I get ready. I gotta go. I'll do some stuff for my son this afternoon. Um, being a single parent and I was thrown in a position that I know a lot of the men that I knew told me they didn't think I was going to be able to handle the position or take the role. Man, when he was 13 months old, I was paying for daycare. Like I say, man, that wasn't cheap. I didn't get any vouchers. I was paying $780 a month for daycare. He was 13 months old, and I still had good health insurance at the time. So I mean, I went through a lot of my savings. And a situation like that the day where he was sick, I take those days off work, and it got to the point to where it got so I didn't want my company to keep, calling them in and be like, hey, I can't be there today because my son's sick. I jumped out there, took a leap of faith, and started my own business. And my business took off perfect, man. I was doing so good. Then COVID came. Sometimes people try to attach themselves to you. I got married. That didn't last long. I don't like a lot of people getting close to me. I don't build those type of friendships to where a person where I need to depend on another person to try to help my business grow. I lean and depend on God. Because sometimes people, they may have good intentions for you. They want to see you grow, but they also want to be nosy. I don't have time for people to be trying to be pocket watching or trying to figure out, hey, how's he doing this? Or since he's doing it, maybe I can try to do it too, mimic it. No, I don't allow a whole lot of people to get that close to me. I go out there and act a fool, and I cut up with the best of them. But when it comes down to me and myself and my peace of mind and my business, I keep people out of. I keep people at a distance, because what God has for me is not for them to know. You know what I'm saying? That's relationship. That's between me and God, and it's not for everyone. God's not going to take everyone with you in life. So I distance myself. I'm not a competitive type of person. I don't care what another person has going on. I try to stay in my own lane. I'm more of a giver. I will give the coat off of my back to someone. Um, but no one truly understands me, so I get overlooked a lot. Um, Having to learn how to control my emotions. I'm more passive. I'm not aggressive. I try to avoid confrontation at all costs, because at the end of the day, I know my son is expecting me to come back home. So like I say, anyone who feels like I may have ever done them wrong, hey, don't approach me aggressively. Approach me and we can talk things. We can figure out a way how we can, resolve certain situations. I'm more business minded, because I might be able to offer a service to you or someone in your family and save you some money. Or vice versa. You might have a business. I'm one of them type of person. You find similarities instead of looking for flaws or differences in one another. Come together, and you never know, the person that you have an issue with, y'all might have more in common than you think, and you can build something and go and grow. Like I say, certain times I feel like I don't allow certain people to get too close to me, because I still feel like my business is my business, their business is their business, and what God has for them, it's not for me to know, and what God has for me, it's not for everyone to know. I can't show or teach everyone if they're not willing to get into the Bible and read the Word for themselves, and God's going to show them the way. You all be encouraged. Get into your Word, feed your spirit, man. Like I say, man, there's a lot of stuff that I had to do, a lot of things I had to give up financially to be there for my son. But God blessed me. I've been working since I was 13. So I know how to put money on CDs and stuff. I know how to sit still. I can't always go touch that money. I don't always have easy access to go touch cash. I put money away, and I had other people put, one of my classmates that I know for many, many years, she handles one of my accounts. I try to stay debt free because you can find yourself becoming overwhelmed when you're trying to run a business. You have more money going out the door trying to keep the business up and running do you really have set aside. And I started mine with no credit. I don't even know what my credit score really is. People are like, what? How you know? Because that's the reason the shape of America is in the way that it is now, because the credit has allowed people to purchase certain things that necessarily don't have the cash to actually go in there and put their hands on. Same thing with certain types of insurance, man. It's a gimmick. It's a perception. It's an image. Some people, like I know, I watched my mother struggle to pay for a house. It looked good on the outside, but people had no idea what was going on the inside financially. Don't be fooled by what you see. We need to get back to the days where people are trying to be more focused on ownership. You have a lot of older homes that have good quality and good structures that people can go out there and purchase. And in the rural communities, as too, so you have a yard. You don't have to be all cooped up close to one another. Some of those houses that caught on fire in California. Look how close those homes were. People need to go out and purchase land so you can, prevent certain things like that from happening. You don't have to be all clustered and on top of one another. You all be encouraged. Don't get into your word. Don't be all into or involved into yourself. Remember the purpose of what God put us here on earth to do, to lift up one another. You all be encouraged. Be blessed.